Thank you for joining She's Dropping the Tea, Shut the Front Door Tarot. I have a spread on the table that's been placed on here last night, okay? I was listening to a reader, okay? All right, someone that I haven't came across her channel before, okay? All right. And woo-wee, she dropped and spilled the tea with the cards she had on that table, okay? And I pulled them same cards, okay? Just so I can get in on the shit that she's saying. Because when I was listening to her, when you listening to a good reader, when you are a reader, y'all instantly get in sync, okay? In sync, and you almost know what the fuck they gonna say before they say it. Right along with you add on shit because y'all did on the same shit of what they saying. So literally as they're prophetically prophesying to read, you're saying the same exact shit seconds before or right with her as she's saying this shit, okay? Right with her as she's saying this shit. All right, so what's going on in this collective group? What's going on in this karmic relationship, okay, this couple? What's going on with a group or organization, upside down masculine, okay? All right. It's so much shit on this table from these cards. It's a lot of different stories, and I'm gonna just try to mush them all in, trying to remember all of the facts because it's like downloads and they're just shooting out like little fish. Okay, so I'm trying to gather it all up at the same time while telling you it. What you got going on is, like I said from the beginning, what I be saying in my readings, I don't give a fuck about the plotting that people be doing, because the plotting that they be doing is their own demise. Now you got a whole group, a whole jealous, Father God said, a whole jealous fucking group of people who tried to plot against me, plot against you. They all are getting karma. Return to sender. Okay? Divine justice is here. There's a whole video out on these motherfuckers, okay? Over 308 likes already, and over 2,000 people already tuned in. So I already know that the readings that people are doing, the cards that they pulling or whatever, and the readings that they doing is coming from them watching these videos or whatever, whatnot, and getting this information. But this is the information that I already said. These videos is confirmation for me. Okay, the videos is just confirmation for me for what I already know. This is Father God's way of letting me know that I'm dead smack on it. Okay? Okay, I mean, shit, I know how to tap into the realm, okay? And come out with the shit. But the reading that she put down on the table, oh my God. This masculine is just, I don't know if saying retarded is a nice word to say to you, masculine, but when I say that you ain't got no fucking spiritual eye, not at all, you fall into one ditch after the next. Like when I tell you, remember in the reading, one of the readings that I did, I told y'all that it was a masculine. I gave y'all the last piece of this. This might have been a part 2 read. But remember when I told y'all there was a man that was depressed as fuck about some type of money or some type of ill or some type of loss that he took, right? Well, this is this man. This is this man in this spread, both of these spreads that's on this table, okay? You got the 3 of Swords, you got the Knight of Pentacles upside down, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is upside down, which meaning that they're careless, they're stagnated, okay? All right? They in some delusional, ethereal type energy, okay? Like, okay, they got lack of determination of direction, their narrow-mindedness. They're dogmatic, okay, and their views are idolist. So which meaning that them being ego, them having an ego and being arrogant as fuck and thinking that they knew everything and the moves that they was making, whatever this careless shit that they did with their bread, their money. They had a lot of people in their energy. Maybe this could have been a bitch they was fucking with. This could have been a dude they was fucking with. This could have been both. I feel like it was more than one motherfucker playing on this person, and they all was in cahoots together. Okay? All right? They all was in cahoots together. Okay? There's a karmic woman that ain't shit. I'm trying to tell you. when I looked at the spread, was listening to her, the first thing I got was looked like somebody got all their motherfucking money took from them. Okay? By somebody that they trust like a bitch. Okay? Imagine you going to work or you going somewhere and you swipe your card and it's declined just for you to go and call the bank and find out that this bitch has removed all of your motherfucking money. Then you go home, you fly home, because you know some other shit going on and this bitch is gone and she ain't cleaned the house out too. And she had time to do it because it took you 5, 6, 7 hours, whatever this is, maybe to travel and get to wherever you was getting to. Maybe you ain't have no need to swipe the card immediately or go into the account or whatever this energy is where you found out. But it's like that type of situation. Or it's a situation where somebody just flat out walk you into a whole ambush and you call off guard. And it's by people that you believe you trust. Okay? Now this masculine had somebody, I told y'all, instigator. This masculine had an instigator in his energy. And this instigator, whoever the fuck this is, how it apply. If your whole world, if you got a tower in your energy where your whole world is flipped upside down and it's all fucked up, I'm talking to you. And this is what I'm saying. This masculine had a whole instigator motherfucker in their energy that was getting them to do the shit that they wouldn't do. Okay? Convincing them to do shit. So basically, remember when I told y'all the story of Heaven, which is Davier, the girl that got the two personalities, or she want to be two different people. Heaven supposed to be the good girl, and Davier is the one that's evil. That she'll do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Davier will take your man, sleep with your man. She don't give a care, none of that. She just Davier, right? Not judging her, just telling you how she is on Hip Hop Miami. Davier is the type. She's been giving Michael information and being there for Michael, okay? All right? She's trying to remove bitches out of his energy that she probably really feel ain't good for him. They trouble. But how she going about doing it is unorthodox. It's not cool. It ain't right. So she going about doing it in mischief ways. So she's convincing him to do this, do that, that he'll get this outcome. If he do this, he do that. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, he's getting every outcome but that. And she knows it. So whoever this is was telling somebody, was advising them or giving them some type of information and telling them to do certain shit just so it can backfire in their energy. Okay? Just so it can backfire in the energy, okay? I know for a fact that motherfuckers be in this type of energy because I'm going to tell you another story. Why the fuck I don't listen to other people. Especially spiteful people. This is spiteful energy right here. This is somebody being very vindictive. This is somebody that got a lot of animosity. This is somebody that's jealous as fuck. And as you read the title, the jealous group of people plotted against you. They're getting karma and they're getting returned to sender. So everything's backfiring in their face. This is this energy that's on this table. Okay? All right? All right? This is this energy that's on this fucking table. All right? 13 minutes into this video, I had to stop it just so y'all can listen to it, because when I say that this jealous group, y'all ain't got nothing else better to do but to be jealous of a motherfucker and be trying to plot some shit that backfires in y'all face. This is how I know that no one is spiritual. Nobody has no spiritual sense at all. Nobody has any sense. I don't know if these people are listening to someone else and they getting pie thrown on their face because they just flat out listening to somebody else and they ain't not doing no research. They just going off of solely what another motherfucker say, which is retarded because it's the blind leading the blind. Or this man, whoever he's listening to, whatever this is, if it's about a karmic, okay, and the shit that they was doing together, and my energy, your energy, whatever the fuck this is. This could be an ex-friend, an ex-boyfriend, girlfriend. This could be an ex-colleague, ex-partner. This could be so much shit. This person was listening to somebody and believing some shit. It got something to do around strategic planning and them putting his money into it. It brought a lot of stagnation to his world because he carelessly listened to somebody that wanted to see him have a downfall, that wanted to bring him sorrow and disappointment and strife into his life. That's what the Three of Swords is with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? All right? This was a plan that somebody did, trying to get back at somebody. They brought tears, delays, separation, and grief and unhappiness to this man when they did whatever they did. So if this was a broad that he was trusting, and she told him to invest some money into something, he found out that it was a fraud. It was a scam. He shouldn't have never invested his money into it. It could have been into her. It could have been into a property where he thought he was paying the mortgage or whatever this is on a property, and she was just spending the money and dicking it off. And he found three years later that the property was being seized because she never paid the property taxes. She never paid the mortgage, or she never paid it off when he was giving her money, or whatever this is that he thought he was investing in. He invested in a lie. He invested in his downfall. He invested in his sorrow. He invested in tears and unhappiness. Then you got the Two of Swords that's on the other side of the Knight of Pentacles. So the Three of Swords is at the beginning, which is the very first card. Then you got the Knight of Pentacles, which is upside down. Then you got the Two of Swords, which lets you know that's the backstabbing. That's the betrayal. Okay? That's the backstabbing and betrayal that somebody didn't want to see. Somebody didn't want this person to have balance and harmony in their life. They didn't want them to be in a core. Okay? All right? In a core, or get the affection that they needed from a situation. So she played on him and convinced him that she was the one. Okay? And he did betrayal against a connection, against someone that he shouldn't have did. Someone that could have brought him a lot of happiness. He did the betrayal against that individual. Or that whatever this is. He believed the lies. And he was very dishonest. And whatever this treachery was. Okay? Alright? This person, there was people in his energy doing all of this shit. They was misrepresenting themselves to this person. And they made this, they were coming off false with this person, with the Two of Swords. That's why the Knight of Pentacles is upside down with the Three of Swords, because this is the energy of the people that was in his energy, and this is the energy that he played in. So it ultimately played against him. 3 swords and 2 swords is 5 swords. That's an empty victory. So whatever he invested his money in, it backfired and failed. The group as well. Whatever they invested their money in, it backfired, it failed. And then it brought the 10 of Cups upside down. Okay? The 10 of Cups is upside down right next to the Tower. Like, these cards speaks volume. You talking about loss of friendship, unhappiness. The family is squirreling and fighting. You talking about there's a lot of pettiness. There's rage going on. There's comebacks. So they fighting against each other and fighting over material shit. Whatever the fuck is left or whatever the fuck this is that's going on. Everybody's blaming everybody. Now they finding out that they had ops in their energy, that they was enemies to each other in the same household, circle, group, whatever the fuck this is that's making everybody have differences of opinion and fight with the 10 of Cups. There's no happiness here. Everybody is fucked up. The 2 of Swords and the 3 of Swords suggest to me that everybody was doing backstabbing shit to each other. Okay? Okay? But somebody got played with their money. Okay? Somebody got their money stolen, robbed. Some shit like that went on. Okay? In a household where somebody thought that they was building with somebody. But no, this person just infiltrated to get inside the household to pretend to steal, rob, and to take from this individual. So somebody literally could have got all their bank, all their money, the last of their money. If they had 80 grand tucked away and they was finna do some type of investment with it, it's not there no more. Because this bitch ran off with it or did something to it. Okay? Okay? To bring damage and bring some type of loss of friendships, happiness, and all kind of squirreling in a household or a group. Somebody lied about a lot of shit and people wasted a lot of time, energy, and money, and then the tower is here. This would be like the feds, the FBI, whatever, raid, somebody coming in and getting stormed, okay? And didn't even know that the Two of Swords and Three of Swords was in their own household, where somebody went, what you call that when they work for the man, like a foreman, okay? Immunity. Somebody went immunity against their partner and ratted them out and told on them. Okay, and they got stormed in. They both flying out of the window with the tower. Okay, all right. But the relationship is permanently over when these unexpected events come in. When the downfalls happen, the undoing cannot be taken away. This would be somebody snitching somebody out, telling all their business to the feds, and they getting busted. Okay, and they going down. This would be like a P. Diddy, where they come in and take everything out the house. Shit that they didn't even know. Shit that people not supposed to know. Like if he had a safe, a hidden, a bungalow or something in the house, it's getting raided, it's getting taken. Like it's straight betrayal. Like his most darkest secrets is coming all out. And it's publicly being seen by the public, okay? If this is a group effort, all of that too. Everybody's being exposed on the platform. Nobody is getting away with this shit. Father God said you all signed your name when you plotted against, when you went into agreement with this plot, you all signed your name on the bloody document. So you all going down. Ain't nobody being exempt. The devil was out here on the table, okay? Okay, and the devil is right next to the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Swords, to let it be known that the devil is the one that's bringing you this Three of Swords for whoever the fuck it applies. He the one that's bringing these towers to you and bringing this Ten of Cups upside down in your world. He is the one that's bringing loss with friendships and bringing the unhappiness and the scrolling and bringing the oppositions against you. So you need to notice the moon is, y'all didn't see none of this shit coming, but the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Swords suggest y'all did not see the Three of Swords for your life, which is the very beginning. At the very beginning of this spread, that's the very first card. What y'all didn't see, that this Three of Swords was going to bring a lot of Ten of Cups unhappiness to your family, to your bloodline, to your resources, and all of that shit. Okay? Like I cannot make it up. Like y'all signed your name or whatever this is with the devil, and it ends in the Three of Swords too, because right, it got the Ten of Swords, Seven of Swords, the devil card, the moon card, and then the Three of Swords. So everything that y'all plotted and did against the high priestess or whoever this fuck shit is about, whoever it applies to, if y'all did it against whoever, okay, favor is in the ball court. You know, the ball court is in their hands with favor, okay? And everything that y'all did from the beginning to the end only brought y'all misery, unhappiness, and the Three of Swords. Okay, the 10 and the 7 is the 3, and the 3 is on the table. So how I break my cards down and how the fuck I do it, with whatever this betrayal was or this backstabbing two-faced shit that somebody did with the Two of Swords, either way it go, whether this be the masculine that got played, okay, because you was playing around in somebody's fucking energy, you also got your head, you got taken up top. You thought that something was all playing against somebody else, but you took a downfall with fucking with somebody or a group or whoever this bitch was that you trusted. You believe y'all was on the same team when y'all was attacking divine feminine, divine masculine, or whatever the fuck this is. If y'all was doing crimes together or whatever this is, you just thought that y'all was in it together. And no, somebody threw your ass under the bus, stole from you, robbed from you. Yeah, new plans. The Seven of Swords said new plans, new wishes, fortitude, perseverance, and attempt, endeavors. Like something seriously backfired on somebody. This would be like two motherfuckers robbing somebody, and then after they get the money, the other person turn on the person that they robbed with and kill them for the bag. Okay, or it backfire, all of it, you know. Say if it was 4 people, okay, and they all robbed somebody, okay, all right, and one of them in the group didn't know and didn't understand that the other 3 was finna throw them under the bus and get rid of them. Okay, or one person was finna throw the other 3 under the bus, okay, and take them all out unexpectedly and run off with the bag. It's like that type of shit. Something is going on where something flipped on somebody, and it's definitely karmic ties, karmic contracts with the devil being out here. Okay, some kind of subordination. This would be like, I can't make this shit up. This would be like somebody turning on their job, okay, and getting their job robbed, okay, and they telling their, say if it's the girl work at a bank, and she telling the dude all of the business, what's going on, how to get in, how to get do woo woo woo. She sabotaging herself at the same time. You know what I'm saying? By telling all this information, she getting herself fucked up. And this person gonna get fucked up too, but she gonna get fucked up the worst is because he gonna throw her on the bus and expose how the plot was all her idea, that type of shit. It's something like that going down when the devil is there, okay? So I really feel like the masculine tied himself to a bitch that he thought he could trust, and he thought that this bitch was on his side. I feel like this bitch backfired some plans on him and took some money or took something from him, ran off, took a business, okay? Something's going on, okay, in a situation where somebody thought that they was, like, it could be a business where the two people thought that they was in business together, and the one person switched all the documents and everything into only their name, and the other person and just throw the other person out with nothing. You know, that kind of shit, okay? All right. That did go on in the Housewives, okay? Well, Kelly and her husband, the husband said that the wife took his business right up underneath his nose, okay? A business that he started and had when he priorly met her, okay? All right, and then he added her to the idea, and she ran off with the whole idea in the business and everything at the end. Because she was doing backstabbing shit in his energy the whole time that he was unaware of. You feel what I'm saying? Went to the judge and got the judge to sign off on shit without his awareness and all that type of shit. This is all that kind of betrayal type of shit going on the table, where people doing shit behind each other's back. Okay, the Ten of Swords says ruin and pain and affliction and sadness, mental anguish. So this person did this shit intentionally, okay, to somebody. With the Seven of Swords being right next to the 10, they intentionally gave them a Three of Swords. They intentionally wanted to bring this person loss, sorrow, okay, shame, and all of those shit. So somebody was spiteful in his energy, like a Davier, and intentionally told him shit that they knew that he would fail. They knew that it wouldn't work, okay? They knew that this could have been a practitioner telling him to give them money, okay, for shit that they knew that they wasn't doing, or shit that they knew that they wasn't work. All I know is somebody trusted another motherfucker's word, opinion, or how to move in a situation, or whatever all of this is, and it all backfired on everybody, okay? Is what you got going on. It all backfired on everybody. Now I'm going to let y'all hear a few minutes of this video that this fucking jealous group, it says karma is teaching them a lesson. These jealous groups of people are about to feel very motherfucking sorry for the shit that they did. And that's all of this energy right here. Okay? Like at the end, they only brought the ruins to themselves. They only brought the misery and the unhappiness to themselves. They only brought the loss of friendship, the unhappiness, the family situation, the opposition, the devil being on their back. They only brought it all to themselves. 2333, as I said that. Like they the only ones that's gonna get the bottom, the lower, the less end of the stick here, which is the Three of Swords, okay? The sorrow, the grief, and the loss. This is the L that they take for playing in my energy and playing in your energy. This is a 39 minutes and 40-second video. Okay? They learning the lesson and they gonna learn the hard way. Y'all want to get the popcorn and peanuts? Okay? Y'all want to get the popcorn and peanuts? Shit. Like, I can't make it up.
When people come together for good, blessings multiply. When people come together for evil, destruction multiply.
Yeah, this is what y'all
They
got.
activated a spiritual
Evil
principle
multiply
without
destruction.
realizing it, and now they are stuck in the consequences.
Every last one of y'all.
None of them can pull away clean, because they signed their names in agreement when they joined the plot. What makes this even more brutal is that the very group they leaned on is the same group that will witness their exposure. They cannot even comfort each other because distrust has already crept in. Each one is silently wondering who will be the first to crack, who will confess, who will betray the rest to save themselves. The cage they built is tightening, and their own unity is suffocating them.
No, I would.
What was supposed to make them strong has become the weight that drags them down together. And this is the irony of plotting against someone covered by divine order. You don't just destroy yourself, you drag down everyone reckless enough to join you. Their alliance wasn't power, it was a spiritual trap disguised as friendship. And now they are locked in it with no escape. Number 6, you were not supposed to fight back, you were supposed to witness. One of the hardest lessons for a chosen one to learn is that not every battle is theirs to fight. When people come against you with lies, betrayal, and schemes, everything in your human nature wants to defend yourself, clap back, or expose them. That urge is normal, but it's not always divine. The truth is, this particular plot was never meant for you to handle. It was meant to reveal how heaven fights for its own. Your role was not to swing back, but to stand back and witness. This is where many people get it wrong. They think silence means weakness. They assume you didn't respond because you were scared, unsure, or caught off guard. What they will never understand is that your silence was a strategy higher than anything they could comprehend. By refusing to retaliate, you weren't giving up the fight. You were handing it over to a court far more powerful than human hands. You were saying, this one belongs to God. And when heaven takes a case, the outcome is never in doubt. Your lack of response became the loudest response, while they were plotting louder and louder. You were making room for divine justice to work with surgical precision. If you had tried to handle it yourself, the battle would have stayed on a human level. But because you didn't engage, heaven was free to move it to a spiritual level, where the punishment is exact, unavoidable, and undeniable. That's why their collapse is not random. It's perfectly aligned with every seed they sowed. And here's the deeper truth. Chosen ones don't win by out-arguing or out-scheming their enemies. They win by outlasting them. You gave God permission to prove what silence really means. It's not fear, it's authority. Only someone confident in their covering can stand still while being attacked. Your silence was your way of saying,
Yeah, it's like an
I know
undercover.
who I am, and I know who defends me. So, no, you weren't supposed to fight back. You were supposed to watch, to witness how the very schemes they designed against you collapse on their own heads. And now, as their words backfire, their lies unravel, and their unity dissolves, you stand as living proof that divine justice only needs your patience, not your retaliation. Your stillness was the sharpest weapon in the room. Number 7, their envy was really an unspoken admiration. Envy often disguises itself as hate, but at its root, it's really an unspoken admiration. The ones who plotted against you weren't just filled with malice for no reason. They were confessing in a twisted way that you carried something they desperately wanted but could never become. Every insult, every rumor, every attempt to tear you down was really them saying, you have something I'll never have. They didn't hate you because you were weak. They hated you because you embodied a strength they couldn't fake. That's the irony of jealousy. It's a backhanded compliment.
Ain't
They
nobody-
studied
don't
you
nobody give a
closely,
fuck about
hoping
that.
to find flaws big enough to reduce your shine. But instead of flaws, all they kept finding were qualities that exposed their own lack. Your resilience made them feel fragile. Your authenticity made them feel fake. Your ability to walk in purpose without begging for applause made them feel small. So rather than admitting that they admired you, they chose the easier route, to attack what they could never reach. The problem with admiration left unchecked is that it rots. What could have been inspiration for them became obsession. They could have learned from you, even respected you, but envy doesn't allow that. Envy demands destruction. It
Crabs in
doesn't
the
want to rise
bucket.
to your level. It wants to drag you down to theirs. That's why they plotted in shadows, because secretly they acknowledged your superiority, but didn't want to face it in the open. What they didn't realize is that their jealousy exposed them far more than it ever exposed you. People can see through the mask of hatred. When someone spends too much time speaking against you, it becomes clear that you occupy a space in their mind they wish they didn't. You became the measuring stick they compared themselves to, the standard they could never touch. Their every attack was an accidental confession that you were the one they couldn't stop thinking about. In the end, their envy wasn't really about destroying you. It was about the agony of knowing you carried what they longed for, but could never embody. And that's why karma feels heavier on them. Because beneath all their plotting, they knew the truth. You were above them, and no amount of hate could ever erase it. Number 8, they mistook darkness for strategy. They thought they were being clever. They believed that moving in silence, plotting behind closed doors, and keeping their schemes hidden would give them the upper hand. To them, secrecy felt like power. But what they didn't understand is that darkness is not strategy. It's just a delay of exposure. When the target of your schemes is someone protected by divine light, hiding doesn't protect you. It only ensures that when you are exposed, it will be louder, clearer, and more humiliating. This is one of the oldest spiritual laws. What is whispered in the dark eventually echoes in the open. They mistook their temporary invisibility as success, but heaven was recording every detail. Their meetings, their words, their fake smiles, their subtle betrayals. None of it slipped past the eyes of divine order. The very thing they thought made them safe was the thing that made their downfall inevitable. Because light and darkness don't coexist for long. When light shows up, darkness is forced to flee, and exposure becomes unavoidable. The arrogance in their thinking is what sealed their fate. They assumed that if nobody knew what they were doing, the damage would stick, and they could escape accountability.
So you thought.
Secrecy doesn't equal safety.
So you
it
thought.
Equals storage. All they did was store up judgment that would eventually pour out at the right time. And when judgment comes, it never arrives quietly. It comes in broad daylight, when everyone can see, when there's no room left for excuses or cover-ups. Now the very whispers they thought were safe are becoming their loudest testimony. The lies they crafted in shadows are circling back, but this time as evidence. The strategies they thought were clever are unraveling into public embarrassment. And the more they try to hide, the more obvious their guilt becomes. That's the curse of moving in darkness. It gives you a false sense of control until light arrives, and then it exposes every crack you tried to cover. So their strategy wasn't strategy at all. It was arrogance dressed as wisdom. And because they dared to use darkness against a child of light, exposure wasn't just possible, it was guaranteed. Their secret has become their sentence, and now what they thought nobody would ever know is the very thing everybody is talking about. Number 9,
everybody.
The weight of their actions is generational. The seriousness of what they did goes far beyond their own lives. When someone rises up against a person covered by divine order, they aren't just gambling with their present. They're gambling with their bloodline.
You're gambling with your kid's
That's the weight
future.
of spiritual law. It doesn't only measure the individual, it measures the
You're gambling with your family's
Their
future.
actions
That's
weren't
why the family
isolated.
card is
They carried
upside down.
seeds.
The 10 of
And
cups.
seeds,
'Cause
whether good or
everybody
bad,
gonna get
don't
it.
stop at one harvest.
When you come fucking
They keep
around in the wrong
multiplying,
person's energy.
sometimes long after the planter is gone. This is why divine justice feels heavier when it touches those who plotted against you. Their choices weren't just about gossip, lies, or betrayal.
Everybody's
They
gonna fuck
tampered with the
around
life
and
chosen
find out.
and protected.
Everybody.
And when someone violates divine covering, the consequences don't just bounce back on them, they extend into the generations connected to them. The residue of their jealousy, their deceit, and their
Right, I'm gonna
wickedness
get the
doesn't
popcorn and
vanish.
peanuts
It
and watch.
attaches itself to their lineage until
Because you
someone
had no
consciously
business
breaks
fucking
it.
around playing
It
with
may
me.
sound harsh, but it's the truth. What they meant for you, their children and grandchildren may taste. Just as blessings flow through generations, so do curses when fueled by wickedness.
Yeah.
A seed of envy planted today can grow into patterns of failure,
like it, I love
brokenness,
it.
or misfortune tomorrow. Not
Yeah.
because God is unfair, but because spiritual law is consistent. By choosing to plot against you, they signed their family into a contract of consequences they never
Wow.
considered. And here's the
Who the
deeper
smart
layer.
one here now?
This isn't even about revenge.
Who the
It's
smart
about
one here
balance.
now?
Divine justice doesn't just punish, it teaches. Their descendants may now have to wrestle with the same darkness their parents or grandparents tried to unleash on you, forced to confront it so that they can break free. The bloodline carries the memory of those actions, and until someone chooses differently, the weight remains. This is why it's never wise to touch a chosen one. When you harm someone under divine covering, You don't just hurt yourself. You place an unnecessary burden on those who come after you.
Sure do.
What they thought was a private scheme has now become a generational story.
But now they gonna pay for it.
And while you rise, free and vindicated, their lineage may be left asking why misfortune keeps knocking at their door. That's not coincidence.
Oh,
it's
and
the
it can go
generational
7 generations.
Arrogance against someone
7
they were never
generations.
supposed
You
to
talking
touch.
about 149
10,
years
your survival
that you cursing
was
your
the ultimate
bloodline.
judgment.
7 generations.
The harshest
I've seen the
judgment
shit
against them
firsthand.
was never the chaos in their own
Whole
lives.
video.
It was the fact that you survived.
Where the Whitmores
Survival in this case was more
fucked
than just
with the
getting
brown
through.
slave.
It was your
And
living
she cursed their
testimony that
motherfucking
everything they
bloodline
worked
for 7
all
generations,
the
man.
energy they wasted,
The
and
motherfuckers
every
was
scheme
dropping
they
off
put
left
together
and right
ended in
dead.
complete failure.
39.
Nothing strikes
None of
harder
them was
than
living past
realizing that
39.
despite the
They was
effort,
having all kind of
despite the
illnesses,
numbers,
all kind of
despite the lies,
misfortunes in their
you are still
finances,
standing
all
tall
kind of shit was
while
going
they are
on.
left with nothing to
So
show
y'all
for it.
just created all of
This
these
is what makes
problems for
survival
people.
such a brutal form of justice.
When you long gone, they
Every
still gonna
day
be
you
fucked
wake
up
in
over your
peace.
actions.
It screams louder than any argument
fucked
you could
up.
ever make. Every step forward
Unaware
you take is a
that
direct
they mama and they
contradiction to the
daddy or they
outcome they
aunt, they
planned
uncle,
for.
they grandmama,
They wanted to see you
whoever,
broken, but
granddaddy,
still building.
whoever this is,
They wanted to see
was
you
a
silent,
piece of
but
shit.
your voice is stronger. They wanted to see you erased, but your presence has only grown. Their punishment is being forced to watch the very thing they said would never happen, your rise, unfold right in front of them. The human mind can't easily recover from this type of defeat. It's one thing to lose, but it's another to lose after investing so much into someone else's downfall.
That's what you
They
get.
didn't just
That's
fail. They
that's the
failed
spread
publicly,
right here. 3 of
because
Swords,
the
Knight of
evidence of your survival
Knight
is
of
visible to
Pinnacle,
everyone.
2
Their
of
lives
Swords,
don't hold
10
weight
of
because
Cups,
you are living
Tower.
proof that the narrative they tried
Woo!
to
Checkmate.
paint was false. That's
Checkmate,
why your existence
checkmate,
alone
checkmate.
is enough to torment them. It keeps proving them wrong without you ever having to say a word. And the beauty of it is that your survival didn't require you to fight dirty or meet them at their level. You didn't have to lower yourself. You simply had to keep moving forward. That's why it cut so deep for them. It wasn't that you outplayed them, it's that you outlasted them. The fact that you continued to breathe, to grow, to rise, and to flourish while their schemes crumbled is the clearest evidence that divine justice was always in your favor. So yes, the ultimate judgment was not in their suffering, it was in your survival. You became the proof that no weapon formed against you could prosper, and every breath you take in freedom is their loudest and most painful reminder of defeat. Number 11. Their bonding over hate became their undoing. What brought them together in the first place was never real unity. It was their mutual hatred for you. That was the only common thread holding them together. They didn't truly trust each other. They didn't genuinely care for each other. And they certainly didn't have each other's best interests at heart. All they had in common was their envy of you. And envy is one of the weakest foundations you can ever build on. Anything that starts with hate is destined to collapse, because hate is unstable. It burns hot, but it doesn't last. This is why their so-called alliance is now crumbling. Once the energy of hating you is no longer enough to keep them glued together, the cracks begin to show. Old grudges resurface. Jealousies within the group begin to take over. Distrust creeps in. They start questioning each other's loyalty, each one secretly wondering who will be the first to flip, to betray, or to confess. The very hatred that linked them has now turned into suspicion, because deep down they always knew their bond was fake. That's the irony of groups like this. They imagined their numbers gave them strength, but in reality, their numbers only multiplied their weaknesses. Each person carried their own insecurities, their own fears, their own desperate need to belong.
They all going
and
to
putting
jail.
them all together
They
just
all
made
going
a
to jail.
toxic stew. Without love, without truth, without loyalty,
They
there
kicking
was
in the
never
door,
any real glue to
and they
hold
grabbing
them.
everything, and you're all
Hate
going to
cannot
jail.
sustain anything. It eventually eats
Somebody
the very
tried to
people who
move
carry
some
it.
money right before
Now they are being
right
forced
before
to
the
taste the
raid.
bitterness of their own creation.
Right
The same
before
way
the
they
raid.
gossiped about you, they are now gossiping about each other. The same way they betrayed you, they are now betraying one another. The same way they laughed at your supposed downfall, they are now laughing at the cracks in their own camp. Their unity was never real. It was a borrowed moment, and the time on it has expired. And this is the divine
He's riding
justice
off
in
the
it.
ego.
You never had to touch them.
He was riding
Their
off the
undoing
ego
was
with
built
pride.
into their very beginning. Because what starts with hate will always end with destruction. And the same envy that made them plot against you is now the force tearing them apart from the inside. Number 12. God delayed their judgment to expose their depth. One of the most confusing parts of being attacked is watching those who plotted against you appear to thrive. It feels unfair. You suffer in silence while they smile, succeed, and even boast as if they've gotten away with everything. But what looks like God ignoring you is actually God setting them up. The delay wasn't neglect, it was strategy. Heaven allowed their so-called prosperity for a time not to reward them, but to let them dig deeper into their own wickedness, so that when judgment arrived, it would be complete and undeniable. Judgment delayed is never judgment denied. It's judgment multiplied. Every extra lie they told, every new trap they set, every conversation they had in arrogance was another layer of evidence stacking against them in the spiritual court. If God had judged them at the first attempt, the lesson would have been light. But by allowing them to continue, he let their hearts fully expose themselves. They revealed the depth
He let
of their
them be
envy,
habituals.
the darkness of their intentions, and the
Then he went
cruelty
in
of
like the
their spirit.
feds on them.
Now, when judgment
That's
comes,
what God
it doesn't
did.
just correct a single action. It addresses the entire spirit that drove them. This is why their downfall carries so much weight. It's not a minor setback. It's a collapse. It's not a stumble. It's a complete unraveling. The longer they were allowed to move in secret,
They
the greater
signed
the
up for
impact of
misery.
their exposure. What once looked like them getting away with it is now the very reason their punishment is heavier. They built up a debt they cannot pay back, and now the bill has arrived with interest. The brilliance of divine justice is that it never moves too soon. If judgment had come quickly, some people might have thought you were exaggerating. But now, because they were allowed to go so far, no one can deny the truth. Their wickedness is obvious, their mask has fallen, and their downfall is public. What once seemed like silence from heaven was actually heaven letting the story unfold, so that no one could mistake who was righteous and who was corrupt.
Thank you.
So don't
Thank
be
you.
fooled by the delay. It was never abandonment. It was exposure. God let them reach the fullness of their wickedness so that their downfall would not only be inevitable, but unforgettable. Number 13, you were the mirror they couldn't face. You were never just a target. You were a mirror. Every time they plotted against you, it wasn't really about you. It was about the part of themselves they couldn't face. Your existence reflected the choices they didn't make, the courage they abandoned, and the authenticity they traded away for shortcuts, lies, and temporary approval. You became a living reminder of the greatness they could have stepped into. But instead, they chose envy over growth. Their attacks weren't an attempt to destroy you. They were desperate attempts to silence the reminder of who they should have been. The irony is that the more they fought you, the clearer the reflection became. Every lie they told about you only highlighted your integrity. Every trap they set only magnified your resilience. Every attempt to pull you down only confirmed that you were standing higher. Instead of erasing the mirror, they polished it. And so, in the end, they couldn't escape the reflection. They sharpened it. This is why their punishment feels heavier. Divine justice didn't just strip away what they built on deceit, it left them with themselves. There is no torment more severe than having to sit with the truth of your wasted potential. Losing material things stings, but losing the illusion you've built around your own identity is devastating. They are now forced to live with the reality that while they were busy plotting your downfall, you were growing, surviving, and becoming everything they secretly wish they had the strength to be. That is the weight of true karma. It leaves them alone with themselves. They are no longer distracted by schemes, gossip, or group hate. The silence they mocked you for is now the silence that surrounds them. And in that silence, the mirror stands unshakable, showing them what they could have been if they had chosen differently. Your survival was never just victory. It was exposure. It revealed that they never hated you. They hated the truth your life reflected back at them. They can no longer deny that their envy was an unspoken confession of admiration. Their punishment isn't just what they lost. It's what they now have to face every single day. the undeniable proof that they were the architects of their own downfall. Number 14, karma was never about punishing them, it was about elevating you. Karma in its purest form was never crafted to entertain revenge fantasies. It was designed to realign what was out of order. When people plotted against you, the easy assumption would be that justice means watching them fall flat. But divine order works with greater precision. The collapse of their schemes isn't really centered on them at all. It's centered on you. Every single attempt they made to diminish you was converted into elevation. They thought they were digging holes for your burial, but in truth, they were laying the foundation stones for your rise. The vindication wasn't meant to soothe your anger. It was meant to restore balance. For too long, their lies and manipulations tried to bend reality, to paint you in colors that never belonged to you. Divine justice didn't just correct that, it reversed it. The shame they tried to put on you now sits on them, while the honor they tried to withhold is being handed back to you in overflowing measure. Their collapse doesn't float in isolation. It transfers momentum. Their exposure becomes your visibility. Their downfall becomes your breakthrough. Their resistance becomes your propulsion. This is why chosen ones often rise in unusual, unexpected ways. The very energy used against you becomes fuel for your next dimension. What was whispered about you in secret is now the conversation that elevates your name. What was used to mock you is the very narrative that reveals your strength. And so, your vindication is not passive, it is transformative. You don't just walk away intact, you walk away enthroned. That is the precision of divine justice. It never wastes pain. It doesn't let your endurance sit without reward. Their plotting became your staircase, each betrayal a step higher, each attempt to silence you a platform for your voice, each weapon formed against you an unintentional confirmation of your calling. So while they collapse under the weight of their own schemes, you rise under the weight of grace. That is why your survival and success sting them the most. It proves that what was designed to bury you became the very thing that lifted you. Karma was never about punishing them. It was about ensuring you stood taller,
That's what they is. SIMP. I'm looking at it. It says simps and strimps. Like they the waste. They the waste at the bottom of the sea. That's all what the fuck they is. They roaches. They the waste at the bottom of the sea. That's what this is.
Every lie they told, every scheme they crafted, every ounce of hatred they poured into their conspiracy was never wasted. It became the proof of your untouchable nature, the mirror reflecting their own limitations, and the staircase that elevated you higher.
Pretending they doing something with their watered down ideas.
Became their prison. Their obsession became exposure, and their hatred became evidence of your unmatched essence. You didn't have to fight, argue, or retaliate. Your silence was not weakness. It was alignment with a force far greater than any human plotting. Every attempt to bring you down only revealed your resilience, your divine covering, and the truth that nothing built in envy can stand against what is meant to rise. Their collapse is not chaos. It is surgical justice, precise, undeniable, and complete. The lessons of their failure extend beyond them, echoing through generations, exposing the depth of human envy, and highlighting the relentless protection surrounding those chosen for greatness. And here is the ultimate truth. Karma was never about punishing them. It was about elevating you. Every attack, every hidden whisper, every plotted downfall was converted into momentum that lifted you higher. What was meant to harm you became proof of your power. What was meant to silence you became the platform for your voice. Their plotting was never a threat to your destiny. It was the engine that propelled it. In the end, the most profound justice isn't in their suffering. It's in your survival, your rise, and the undeniable evidence of truth standing tall while falsehood crumbles. They are left to face themselves, their envy, and the reflection of the greatness they could never embody. And you, untouched and vindicated, carry the lesson forward. Those who plot against the righteous are not just creating enemies. They are creating the very force that will expose and elevate them beyond their imagination. This is the law of divine order in action, precise, unyielding, and brilliantly fair. You are not just surviving, you are ascending, and everything they threw at you only confirms the power, protection, and purpose written over your life. Your journey is proof that no darkness can overcome light, no hatred can overshadow truth, and no plot can touch what is divinely ordained. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself.
Now that's just ugly. Y'all just ugly. Like Father God need to turn every last one of y'all motherfuckers green so we all can see who the fuck y'all is. Like, just walk around, just be green as fuck with your envy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the beginning of what y'all didn't hear, which was the first 5 steps.
Welcome the anointed ones. When a
Yeah,
pack
you
of
come
wolves
fucking
can't
around
take
with the
down a lion,
motherfucking
they
anointeds.
eventually turn on each other.
Like, you better get the fuck
Family.
out of here.
Let's be brutally honest. Jealousy is one of the most ancient diseases of humanity, and history proves it's deadlier than any virus.
All these swords upside down
Studies
and
have
fucked
shown
all
that
up. It
envy
shows how
doesn't just sit
envy
in
and
the
jealous
mind.
these bitches
It eats
was.
away at the body.
Whoever the
like
fuck
poison,
this is.
literally raising stress hormones, weakening immunity, and even shortening lifespans. So when a jealous group of people plotted against you, they weren't just risking your downfall. They were signing up for their own slow destruction. Now here's the suspenseful
They were
twist.
signing up for their own
While they
downfall
thought
and
they
their
were
own ills
orchestrating your collapse,
with the
Heaven
devil.
was documenting their every move. What they whispered in secret.
The devil
is
said,
being
yeah, all
broadcast
right, I'll
in
take the
spirit.
contract.
What
I'll
they
go
threw
in.
at you in
I'll
malice
prove that
is
they're a piece of
bouncing back
shit.
like a boomerang.
That's what the
Return to
devil said
sender,
to God.
no postage
Yeah,
needed.
I'll take that
And here's the
contract.
humorous part. It's almost
I'll
like
go
they
in.
mailed a
I'll
letter
prove that
addressed
they're
to
a
you,
piece of shit.
but forgot you live in a house shielded by divine firewalls. Now the package is sitting on their own porch, ticking louder and louder. This isn't ordinary karma. This is divine justice in its rawest form.
I love
Not
it.
petty revenge,
I
not
love it.
childish payback, but a spiritual balancing act so precise that you don't even have to lift a finger.
Right.
The very
You gotta
plot
teach them
designed to
motherfuckers
bury
that-
you has
that
become the
spirituality
evidence
is
that elevates
real.
you. And the beauty
Let's
of it all.
teach them.
You survived, not by fighting dirty, but by standing still while the universe fought for you. Stay with me, because what I'm about to break down will shake you. How the jealous crew that came together in wickedness are now trapped in their own
Jealous
net,
crew?
while their
Okay.
alliance was
The little
doomed from
click,
the start.
click.
And how
The little
divine
click, click
law
crew.
is exposing every hidden motive they thought would stay in the shadows.
Look, click, click
Get
crew.
ready,
Thought they
because
had it
this isn't
going
just about
on.
what they did to you, it's about what heaven
Their little
sees you
conference
doing
calls
to
and
them.
their little prayer
Number one,
groups.
their plot was the proof you were untouchable. The fact that a group of people had to come together just to try and pull you down is already proof of how untouchable you are. One person's jealousy wasn't enough. One person's slander wasn't enough. One person's
Libra and
attack
Gemini
wasn't enough.
strongly.
It took a collective effort. That
Remember,
alone
Libra and
speaks
Gemini
volumes.
strongly.
Think about it. If you were ordinary, it wouldn't require a committee. The reality is that the weight you carry spiritually, mentally, and even energetically is so intimidating that no single individual could handle the assignment of trying to dim your light. They had to gather like cowards in a corner because one-on-one, they knew they would lose. This is what most people
Shit,
don't
one on
realize
one, they
about
knew they
spiritual
wasn't no
warfare.
match. Shit, they
The
wasn't a
size of
match
the
as a
attack
group.
always reveals the size of the calling.
But that's how
The
cowards
moment you
usually
notice
roll
not just
in
one, but
packs.
multiple people aligning themselves against you, it was confirmation that you hold a level of significance that is rare. They couldn't ignore you, so they decided to band together against you.
They couldn't
And
be like you,
ironically,
so
by
they
doing
just,
that,
hate
they
it.
exposed
Flat out
your
just
true
hate it.
power. Their attempt to destroy you became an accidental announcement that you are chosen, set apart, and dangerous to the
Chosen,
false
set
systems
apart,
they built their
yeah.
lives on. You didn't have to prove your strength. Their reaction proved it for you. People don't plot against what they don't fear. Nobody gathers a whole group to stop someone who doesn't matter. Their jealousy wasn't triggered by weakness. It was triggered by the undeniable weight of your presence, the way you shift atmospheres, and the way your existence challenges the mediocrity they've settled for. Their plotting was the clearest sign that your influence is bigger than you even realized. And here's the truth they never expected to
Them
face.
incense is
By
strong.
joining forces, they thought they multiplied their
Real
power.
strong.
But all they did was multiply their exposure. The very need to unite against you is what revealed how fragile they are. It showed the cracks in their foundation, it showed their desperation, and it showed their fear. You became the mirror they couldn't look at directly, so they tried to break it. But instead of breaking you, their own plotting has shattered their credibility, their peace, and soon their lives as they knew it. What was meant to
fuck
be your
their own life
downfall
up.
has become
Trying to hate on
undeniable
another
proof
nigga's
that
life.
you were never ordinary.
Fuck
And
their
that is the
own
part they
world
will never
up.
recover from.
Trying
Number
to
two,
fuck another nigga's
jealousy
world
is
up.
not about what you have, but who you are.
That's crazy.
They didn't come together against you because of what you own or what you've achieved. If it were just about money, status, or material success, they could have competed, copied, or tried to outdo you. That would have been easier. But the truth is, their jealousy runs much deeper. It's about who you are at the core. It's about the essence you carry, that inner light that can't be manufactured, imitated, or purchased.
Yeah, that special
And that's
light.
exactly why it torments them.
That custom
There's
light
something unsettling
that a
about a person
motherfucker,
who
you know,
simply
now
exists
everybody
and
don't
yet
got the money
commands
for those
attention
custom
without even
lights.
trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't beg for validation. You didn't chase after their approval. And still your presence speaks volumes. That is what disturbed them. While they're busy curating appearances, masking insecurities, and fighting for scraps of recognition, you stand as living proof that authenticity carries a power they can't touch. You are not threatening because of what you've done. You are threatening because of who you are. That's the kind of jealousy that cuts the deepest. They could tolerate your wins if they came from manipulation like theirs. They could handle your progress if it was built on compromise like theirs. But the fact that you walk with an energy they can't reproduce, a kind of grace they can't fake, and a resilience they can't borrow, it drives them mad. They look at you and see a standard they can never reach, no matter how hard they try. That's why the plotting wasn't optional for them. It was the only way they felt they could level the playing field. What they failed to realize is that essence is untouchable. They could try to strip away your opportunities, but they can't strip away your presence. They could try to poison your reputation, but they can't silence the way your spirit speaks before you open your mouth. They could gather in their jealousy, but jealousy has no real strategy. It only has desperation, and desperation always exposes itself in time. Their obsession with you was never about envy of your possessions. It was their quiet confession that they saw something in you they wished they had. Their plotting was nothing more than proof that your very existence unsettles the counterfeit they live in. They weren't fighting against your achievements. They were fighting against the reality that you can't be duplicated. And that's the truth that will haunt them the longest. Number 3, they created their own trap by naming you their enemy. The moment they decided you were their enemy, they set themselves up for a downfall. People think choosing an enemy is harmless, but spiritually, it's one of the most dangerous decisions a person can make. By targeting you, they unknowingly tied themselves to your destiny, and that was their biggest mistake. Obsession is not free. It comes with consequences. The energy they put into plotting against you wasn't just wasted. It became a cord connecting them to the very fate they wanted to destroy. This is where divine law comes into play.
That's where that karma come in, that Libra energy. You think you want to play in my energy? Okay.
Start walking straight into judgment. They could have left you alone and lived in peace, but instead, they chose to invest their time, their conversations, and even their relationships into conspiring against you. That constant focus gave you authority over their lives without you lifting a finger. Their downfall was sealed
They
the
instantly
moment
put
they
themselves
named you as the
in the
one to bring
karma.
down.
They instantly put
What they
themselves in your
didn't realize
judgment.
is that every plot
So their
needs
fate was in
permission
your
from a higher
hands.
power
The
to
moment they
succeed.
played in your energy and
And
came
this
in with the
case,
game.
Heaven denied them before they
You signed,
even
they
began. By
signed their
naming you
fate
their
over
enemy,
to you.
They weren't just
Do with
fighting
me
a
what you
person.
will.
They were fighting the divine covering over your life.
Destroy me any
That
old
was a
kind of
battle they
way.
could never win. Instead of seeing that their resistance only magnified your protection, they
That's
doubled
fucked
down,
up.
making the tie between your victory and their collapse even stronger. Now they're paying for it. Everything they tried to build on the back of your name is crumbling. Every conversation of malice has turned into evidence against them. They can't run from it, because once they bound themselves to your destiny, your rise automatically became their exposure. It's not because you wished it on them, but because divine law doesn't bend for anyone. When you set yourself against a chosen one, you are no longer in control of your life. Your downfall is scripted by the very forces you tried to challenge. So in the end, naming you their enemy wasn't power, it was their surrender. Without realizing it, they handed their future over to the same divine order that's elevating you. And now, their judgment is not just random chaos. It is the natural consequence of a choice they should have never made. Number 4, divine justice does not mirror human revenge. Divine justice is on a completely different level than human revenge, and that's what makes it so powerful. When people hurt us, it's natural to want to see them hurt the same way. That's human instinct. But God doesn't work like that. He doesn't waste time with petty payback, because his justice isn't about making someone cry for the sake of entertainment. It's about restoring balance, setting things right, and showing everyone that there is a higher law that can't be tampered with. That's why your vindication doesn't come from you trying to get even. You don't have to lower yourself to their level to see results. Divine justice works with precision. It doesn't throw random punishment around. It goes straight to the source of the wrongdoing and flips it back on them in a way that no one could have planned. Every lie they told about you ends up becoming the very thing that reveals their character. Every curse they sent your way ends up tying them up spiritually. And every plot they carefully put together to trap you has now become the exact place they're stuck in. That's not coincidence, that's surgical justice. The beauty of divine justice is that it leaves no loose ends. When humans take revenge, it usually creates more chaos, more bitterness, and more cycles of retaliation. But when God steps in, the balance is restored without you having to compromise your integrity. Your hands stay clean while theirs are exposed for what they truly are. That's why when people see your vindication, it carries weight. It doesn't look like drama, it looks like truth being unveiled. And here's the part that really shakes them. Divine justice always matches the seed. If they sowed lies, their downfall will be exposure. If they sowed betrayal, they'll be betrayed by their own circle. If they sowed traps, they'll find themselves ensnared. There's no randomness about it. What you send out is exactly what comes back, and it's multiplied. That's how God proves he doesn't play favorites, he plays fair. So no, you don't need to take comfort in watching them suffer. You take comfort in watching the precision of heaven restore order, while you continue to rise untouched. Their collapse isn't chaos. It's proof that divine law is alive and cannot be escaped. Number 5, the group became a cage for themselves. They believed that coming together against you would make them stronger. In their minds, unity was the key to victory. They convinced themselves that if they spoke with one voice, moved as one body, and planned in secrecy, they would overpower you. But unity in wickedness doesn't create.
Did that work out for y'all?
By tying themselves
Did that work
together
out
in
for
jealousy
y'all?
and hatred, they built a cage
Did
that
that
none
work
of them
out?
could escape. What they thought would be their safe space, their power base, has
Hell
become
no,
their
it didn't work out.
The truth is, when people gather for a cause rooted in lies and destruction, their unity is fragile from the start. It looks powerful on the outside, but on the inside, it's toxic.
Delusional.
Every word
Delusional.
they spoke against you carried spiritual weight. And because they agreed to it as a group, they are now all bound by the same judgment. The same agreement they thought would protect them has chained them to each other's downfall. When one falls, all fall, because they chose to link their destiny to hate. This is divine law at work. Unity is powerful.
Gotta love
But
it.
it doesn't discriminate.
Gotta love
It
it.
multiplies whatever energy it carries.
They own demise.
When people come together for good, blessings multiply.
They own
When
despises.
people
They
come
own
together for
demise.
evil,
And that's what's taking y'all
destruction
ass out.
multiplies. They activated a spiritual principle without realizing it, and now they are stuck in the consequences. None of them can pull away clean, because they signed their names in agreement when they joined the plot. What makes this even more brutal is that the very group they leaned on is the same group that will witness their exposure. They cannot even comfort each other
Y'all
because
gonna witness
distrust
each other's
has already
downfall.
crept in. Each one is silently wondering who will be the first to crack, who will confess, who will betray the rest to save themselves. The cage they built is tightening, and their own unity is suffocating them. What was supposed to make them strong has become the weight that drags them down together. And this is the irony of plotting against someone covered by divine order. You don't just destroy yourself, you drag down everyone reckless enough to join you. Their alliance wasn't power, It was a spiritual trap disguised as friendship, and now they are locked in it with no escape. Number 6, you were not supposed to fight back, you were supposed to witness. One of the hardest lessons for a chosen one to learn is that not every battle is theirs to fight. When people come against you with lies, betrayal, and schemes, everything in your human nature wants to defend yourself, clap back, or expose them. That urge is normal, but it's not always divine. The truth is, this particular plot was never meant for you to handle. It was meant to reveal how heaven fights for its own. Your role was not to swing back, but to stand back and witness. This is where many people get it wrong. They think silence means weakness. They assume you didn't respond because you were scared, unsure, or caught off guard. What they will never understand is that your silence was a strategy higher than anything they could comprehend. By refusing to retaliate, you weren't giving up the fight. You were handing it over to a court far more powerful than human hands. You were saying, this one belongs to God. And when heaven takes a case, the outcome is never in doubt. Your lack of response became the loudest response, while they were plotting louder and louder. You were making room for divine justice to work with surgical precision. If you had tried to handle it yourself, the battle would have stayed on a human level. But because you didn't engage, heaven was free to move it to a spiritual level, where the punishment is exact, unavoidable, and undeniable. That's why their collapse is not random. It's perfectly aligned with every seed they sowed. And here's the deeper truth. Chosen ones don't win by out-arguing or out-scheming their enemies. They win by outlasting them. You gave God permission to prove what silence really means. It's not fear, it's authority. Only someone confident in their covering can stand still while being attacked. Your silence was your way of saying, I know who I am and I know who defends me. So, no, you weren't supposed to fight back. You were supposed to watch, to witness how the very schemes they designed against you collapse on their own heads.
And watch.
And now, as their words backfire, their lies unravel, and their unity dissolves, you stand as living proof that divine justice only needs your patience, not your retaliation. Your stillness was the sharpest weapon in the room. Number 7, their envy.
Yeah, so there it is, okay? All right. There it is right there. Divine feminine, divine masculine, okay? Okay? So who is tap dancing around who? Who's tap dancing on who? Who is the foe? Who is the winner? Like, who is, you know what I'm saying? The smart one here. Who is, you know what I'm saying? Who got the power here? Okay? I keep hearing them say one man shouldn't have all that power. Yeah, but one man do got all that power. His name is Elohim, the highest supreme. He has all that power. And ain't nobody gonna devour him or no anointed one that he appoints. It's just not gonna happen. Okay? It's always gonna be the 7 and the 10 equals 3. Or the 10 and the 3, whatever. If the 10 and the 7 comes out on the table, it's always gonna be a 3 for you. Period, point, dot, dash. Okay? If you do the 7 and the 3, trying to pull the 3 on someone, you always gonna get the 10. Like it's gonna always go. The gravity gonna always flow the way it need to flow. The tower gonna always show up on who it need to show up on. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like all of this shit that a motherfucker planned and plotted and did all came back on them, and they was all unaware of it, with the moon card being out here right next to the devil. I feel like the very shit that they thought they was plotting and planning, the devil plotted and planned and used their ass to do it, to bring their own demise down, their own downfall down. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people walked themselves into the devil contract and didn't even know that's what they had signed. They signed their fate over. You know what I'm saying? The moment they start playing in the motherfucking sacred high chief priestess energy. Like, flat the fuck out. Like, whether you want to respect it or not, you better respect it, okay, so that you don't get these outcomes, is what I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm going to tell you, because everybody's not faking around here with the titles and the names and going by, you know what I'm saying, these different characters on YouTube, okay? Everybody not pretending around here. And when you come playing in my energy, you going to understand it and overstand it, okay? Okay? You, your whole bloodline and all that, like the video said. Not only did you curse yourself, but you cursed your whole family. That's why the 10 of Cups is upside down. Okay? Because there's not going to be any happiness. You got family squirreling. That means it's fights all in the household. There's no peace. There's no serenity. There's no coming together. There's none but combat. Everybody's, you know, just strifing in each other's energy, stealing from each other, lying to each other, you know. Have you seen my earplugs? No, I ain't seen your earplugs. You ain't seen my earplugs. I left them on my bed and now they just gone. They doing little dumb shit to each other, the kids and all of that. Okay, stealing from each other, taking shit from each other. Okay, husband is missing money that's been, you know what I'm saying? He placed money somewhere thinking that it's there, and then just to go to find that it's been missing for weeks. Okay, all right, the very person in his own energy that he think he trusts, he should trust, is the very person that's playing them, dogging them, betraying them. Okay, this will be a man walking into his home when they think he's at work or going on a trip somewhere, handling some business, and just to come in and find the house is upside down with infidelity, okay? All right, this would be like a best friend stealing and robbing from his best friend, you know what I'm saying, on the lick, on the deal, okay? Just flat out taking something from somebody. This would be somebody going in, borrowing money from somebody, and normally they always pay them back. But this 20 grand, 30 grand, or whatever this is, it don't come back this time, okay? They get tricked, okay? And there's something that they never thought would happen, like somebody playing them out their money and not giving them their money because they always pass money between each other's hands. That ain't the case. It's just like a flipperoo. That ain't the case, okay? That ain't the case, okay? The person ain't giving them the money back this time, you know. Sometimes people like to build trust up with you just so they can play you. You know what I'm saying? Because that be their motive from the beginning. They start off with small loans. Hey, let me borrow $1,000 and I'll give it right back. Boom, they give it right back with no problem, okay? They get you to get comfortable with that, okay? All right. Then they may come back again and be like, hey, I'm trying to clean up and finish this deal. Can you let me hold $7 so I can get this material? And as soon as we close out, I'll rush it back to you. I'll even throw you $3. You know, boom, they give them another $1,000, okay, for borrowing the $3. So they think that their relationship is legit and up on board, and they think that the person is who they is with their paper and their money and what they stand on. And then the one time when they be like, hey, I got a lick. I'm trying to get this with some woo, okay? I got somebody lined up that's gonna get it. They gonna give me 84 racks for it, cash. I just gotta put 15 grand in it. Let me hold the 15 to put the money in there, and I'll give you back 20 or some shit like that, or 25. You know, they tell them some shit that it sound good where they gonna get a profit, and when they give that 15 grand up, it don't never come back. It's like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't come back that time. You know what I'm saying? All right. Not only do it not come back, they found out that person was never their motherfucking friend. Okay? Everything they was doing in their energy was all a scam, a scheme. You feel what I'm saying? All right. But with the devil being out here, with the moon being out here, with the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords out here, and is it out here more than one time? No, but just the 10 of Swords is. The 10 of Swords is out here. It's just these cards is constantly repeating themselves and letting it be known because people wanted to be in devil fucking energy, karmic energy, whatever this is. If this is a karmic couple, or if this is a group, or if this is just one enemy that thought they wanted to be a op in your energy and involve other people. It could be a whole family trying to come against you. All I know is the devil is in the fine print of it all. The devil was in the fine print of why betrayal, backstab, two-faced type of shit went on with the dishonest, the treachery, okay? All right. Something about false Okay, false friends and lies. Okay, so you got a friend that was very false in your energy. Okay, this person told a lot of lies, did a lot of backstabbing type of shit, and the very thing that they did in your energy came back on them. Okay, the very thing in their energy came back on them. Okay, I feel like somebody sabotaged a friendship. Okay, for something that they banked on just to find out it was a lie. Okay, and they got played. Okay, is what you got going on with this energy. Okay, all right. The 10 of swords and the 7 of swords is 3 swords. Somebody intentionally planned, like whatever the plan was, somebody made a new plan. So if the plan was for both of them to do something to you, divine feminine, divine masculine, this one person didn't know that it was other motives going on with the other person that also was into the scheme with them. And the scheme was that we're going to bring you down right along with them too. We're going to bring both of you down, like that type of shit. Okay, something like that was going on. Like we fighting her, but you don't know that I'm fighting you too, nigga. I'm not your friend, nigga. I'm gonna fuck you up right as I'm fucking her up. I'm just using you to get to her, or I'm using you to get to him. It's like that type of shit. Okay, it's like that type of shit going on. Okay, all right. Some of this type of shit went on in power. Okay, and why people got fucked up and got gunned down. Okay, all right. The one with Tommy. Okay, going with Chicago. Okay. That little motherfucker, he gunned down that nigga because he felt like that nigga was playing him with the bitch that he had broke up with, that he wasn't in alliance no more with. And he was right. And he gunned that nigga down because he realized that one nigga was playing, he was playing the middle. One nigga was playing in the middle. Okay? All right. So whoever the op is, that one nigga was reporting back to the op and reporting to with the person that was like how Carly B said, I got my enemies opping with my enemies. Okay, it's like that type of shit. Like one middleman was playing between the middle of two people. Okay, all right, that should have been warned. Okay, something like that, and he get himself taken out the game, trying to play in the middle. Okay, all right. This would be like somebody pretending to be dirty and pretending to be a thug, pretending to be street nigga, but really he's playing in the middle with the man. Okay, going back giving information to the man and playing on the outside of the man. Okay, so if this is somebody selling drugs or got a whole Rico shit going on, there's one person that is going outside of the Rico shit going on. That's a organization network. Is one nigga going outside of it, one broad going outside of the plan and doing other sneaky shit like reporting back to the op, to the enemy, like telling what the plan is. Okay, so that it don't go down. So put this shit out. Like if this was somebody doing a hit on somebody, and say for example they was doing a hit and they had a partner with them, they partner involved the man on them, and the person that they think they doing a hit with and they getting to do the hit is the man. It's the police. It's not some dirty motherfucker that's gonna do it for them. And they friend set it up because they friend was against it the whole time. So if they told their friend all of their plans of what they was gonna do to divine feminine to bring her down, the moon suggests that somebody didn't know that they was revealing all of their plans to a op that brought them down, that brought their demise down, that gave them the 10 of swords. Okay, the 2 of swords and the 10 of swords. Okay, all right, is the 8. The 10 and the 2 is the 8. They the ones that put them in jail. They the ones that gave them this mental anguish. They the one that brought this loss, this grievance, and all of this shit to them. Okay, even if they did it to themselves. Like if you sitting up here plotting a hit on somebody, and you got somebody in your energy that don't agree with it, but they pretending that they do, And they even tell you, yeah, I got somebody that can do it for you. And then the very person that they get to go do it for you is the undercover, the man, the motherfucking FBI agent or the detective agent or just the police agent, period. Then there it is right there. He brought your demise down with your own scam plot plan and all the shit that you was doing. Okay, the money suggests to me that somebody could have been doing dirty dealings and could have been trying to pass a large sum of money over to somebody to do some dirty shit in somebody's energy, and it backfired on them. That's what the Ten of Cups in the Tower is. The Two of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles upside down suggests to me the Three of Swords, that somebody that they trusted, somebody that they thought was a friend, that person betrayed them by exposing their plan to the police and told the police what this person was going to do to somebody. Okay, I'm just throwing this out there. I feel like something like this really did happen, but I'm just throwing this out there that, so if you think you finna meet up with the hitman, okay, and you think you finna pass 25,000 off to the hitman, and you think you're gonna give him another 25,000 when the work is done, guess what? The hitman is the police, and this Knight of Pentacles, whatever this plot plan, this shit is that you carelessly, recklessly, was so determined to do with your narrow-minded motherfucking ass, and it's dogmatic. So which means it's dirty as fucking idolist, that whatever it was you was doing, and I feel like it got to do with dirty dealings. So whatever this dirty dealings is, it backfires on somebody. And it backfired because their friend, their girl, or whoever the fuck this is, somebody betrayed him and tell on them, okay, and exposes the shit before it can go down. So whatever this devil contract that they signed into, okay, it says subordination on it. It just makes me think betrayal, bondage, okay, downfall. This is the insubordination is the person that goes against them. Like insubordination would be like you going against your job and talking crazy and reckless to your supervisor and shit like that, to the person that's in charge. So this is somebody that went against the person that was in charge, and they brought deception, okay, trickery, dishonest, danger, okay, error, bad influence, okay, insincerity, false friends, deceit, double dealing. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. Somebody went in cahoots with somebody with dirty dealings. I'm trying to tell you, this is double dipping dirty dealings. Okay, they gave them money. They're like, hey, I'm gonna give you. They gave this nigga 5,000, 10 grand. They said, hey, here's 10 grand. Go find me somebody to do this shit. Do this shit for me. It could have been a reader. They could have paid somebody. Could have went to a reader and paid a reader to do some dirty magic, and the reader went against it and didn't do it. Okay, and still kept the money. I feel like it's a hitman though. I feel like a hitman kept the money and told on them. Okay, did some trickery around them and didn't give them their money back, and they took an L in it, trusting and believing that this person was on the up and up, and no, they was not on the up and up. This person was, I don't know, working with the police, or just felt like what the fuck this person was doing was dead ass wrong. Okay, all right, it was dead ass wrong. Okay. And they turned on the motherfucker. Okay. All right. That's the bottom line. Okay. Somebody felt like somebody was a piece of shit and they wanted to remove them. And they did it just like that. Okay. All right. All right. They did it just like that. I'm going to tell you flat out. That's what happened. Okay. Somebody was running their mouth and telling too much and told it to the wrong person. And the person that they told it to wasn't with all of this wicked ass shit that a motherfucker wanted to do in a earth angel energy. Okay? Or whatever fucking innocent energy this is. Okay? They was totally against that. It makes me think about Dexter. How Dexter is against serial killers. Like Dexter don't believe in killing or doing none of that. But Dexter believe in taking out the motherfucking serial killer. Dexter believed in removing the motherfucking trash. Okay? Like I don't know if y'all ever seen Dexter, but Dexter was a forensic. He worked with the police department. He was in the forensic. Okay? But He had a dark side of him that his job did not know about. And the dark side was that he was a serial killer. He studied serial killers. And he only hunted after those that was wicked as fuck. Okay? And he would take their ass out, because the serial killers that he would take out, they would be preying on the innocent people. Okay? All right, and Dexter didn't like that. So Dexter would be like, "Oh, you want to prey on the innocent? Well, let me show you about preying on the innocent." So it's like a wolf chasing another wolf and showing them, "No, motherfucker, I'm the bigger wolf here." Like you thought you thought you wanted to be a wolf, and then when they see Dexter, they realize they never was a wolf. They never was a wolf. They was playing kitty ass games. And they got the kitty ass prize, which meaning they got taken the fuck out by Dexter. Like I can't make this up. And I feel like this is that kind of energy where somebody thought this would be like that Puffy like type of energy, thinking everybody on board with you, but really they despise you. They can't stand your ass. They all building shit against you, got evidence on you. They trying to take you out because they just sick of all your wickedness and all the shit you doing in their energy. They don't want to do none of this fuck shit, but because you muscling them and putting your feet all in their neck and just regulating, being a tyrant in everybody's energy, everybody got to go with it with how they go with it until you get taken out. And it's like that type of shit going on. I just feel like somebody thought that a lot of motherfuckers was their friends, and no, none of these motherfuckers was your friend. The very energy you was trying to feel for a friend and trying to be all false in they fucking energy, you had a bunch of false motherfuckers all in your energy at the same time. So it's like the very thing that you was doing was going to be the lesson that was going to teach your ass about not being this way. Somebody's household is definitely turned upside down with the tower, and I feel like this is like a raid. This would be like the door being kicked in, and I'm telling you, people coming in on you and collecting all kind of documents, evidence, and all kind of shit on you, shit that you thought was hid, stealed away, or you thought no one knew about. That's the very place where they going, getting your evidence and getting shit all against you. Like there's a whole plot, a whole investigation against you, and you don't even know it, and you going down, and it's gonna wake you up in the wee hours of the motherfucking morning when they kick in your fucking door. Like you gonna be so unaware that the very people you was sleeping with, breaking bread with, eating with, wasn't shit. They was setting you up to take the fall, and they ran off with your money. Could have got money from you knowing that this shit was gonna go down in your energy prior to. So you had somebody come and ask you for a loan, 20 grand, 15 grand, whatever, 25 grand, and you give it to them, and then the next day your door get kicked in and you get stormed and all this shit go down in your energy, and the very person you helped and gave money to is the very person that brought these motherfuckers to your door. Like all of this shit is going on the table for somebody, is what you need to understand. With the 7, with the 10 and the 3, that's 7 swords. That's all of the sneaky shit, the plan that you don't know that's going on behind your back. Okay? All right, you thinking shit going one way, and no, it's going totally the opposite, and you totally unaware of it. Okay? Totally unaware of the events and the endeavors that people are doing around you in your energy. Okay? All right, meanwhile, back at the ranch, you think you plotting on somebody else steady focusing on your own shit. You being plotted on. Okay? You being plotted on. You got somebody that wanted to bring stagnation to you, and they intentionally came and got money from you to bring you a L. Okay? All right? Somebody knew that this was going to go down in your energy with the 2 of Swords right next to the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? All right? They knew that this was going to happen. They had the clarity with the 3 of Swords. The clarity is the other sword. Okay? Whether it's a Page of Swords or whether it's a Ace of Swords. They had the clarity and knew that this was going to happen to you. That your household was going to be turned upside down, and that there was going to be a loss of, friendship, unhappiness, quarrels, fights, and all of this because somebody in the household played a part in this. Okay? And it was somebody that a motherfucker was building with and trusted and thought they had their back, and really they didn't. Okay? This was somebody that rage, that had enviness and evil against this person in their own household. Okay, all of this is going on in a household. They're fighting. A whole family is. Okay, all right, all right. Yeah, the tower. This is all unexpected events, things that they can't take back. It can't be undone. This is sudden changes. This is people abandoning, each other, running. Okay, throwing each other under the bus and all of that shit. There's a complete disaster in. Calamity is coming. Okay? And it was all designed and intentionally to bring unhappiness to a couple or to a man or a woman or whoever this is. Whatever this is. With the Tower card, it just makes me think a union. Somebody that thought that they was in cahoots with somebody, but the person was really a op in their own energy. They was a op to their op. Meaning that they was a op to them, and while working with them, while trying to take out somebody else, they was an op to them too. Like, it's like, yeah, we gonna take them out, but you don't know I'm gonna take you out. It's like that type of shit. Like, we gonna kill two birds with one stone. That's what somebody was trying to do. And whoever got this tower done to them, this is what people was thinking, plotting, and doing in your energy, or this is what everybody's doing to each other. If this is a group setting, if this is a family, whatever this is, it all backfired. Ruin, pain, affliction, sadness, mental anguishness, okay, the delusionness, okay, tears, misfortune, trouble, disappointment, grief, sorrow, all on the Ten of Swords. Three of Swords match it, okay, with the sorrow, disappointment, strife, removal, okay, all right, diversion, all right, opposition, separation. That means that people had different ideas and motives of why the fuck they was doing what they doing. This would be like a whole group of motherfuckers going to rob something, and they got a plan of how they gonna do it. And when they get there, one or two of them switch it on everybody out of nowhere, and the shit go haywire because you got one motherfucker stepping out of line doing something totally opposite of what the fuck we said we was gonna do, and then it just go haywire. Okay. All right, and it goes all bad because they didn't stick to the plan. Everybody had a different version of what they was going to do when they get there. Okay? All right? All of that type of shit. This would be somebody taking somebody, say, to the dope man's house, and they think that they bringing a friend to go to buy a QP, and when them and their friend get there, they friend flip it on them and kick in the door instead of going in purchasing. They putting everybody down on the floor, including the nigga that brought them to the spot. Okay. So the nigga that brought him to the spot did not know that his friend was gonna change the plan after they got there and rob the nigga and rob them too. It's like that type of shit. Okay, going on where motherfuckers think they can trust their company that they keep and all that old type of shit just for them to get somewhere, and somebody pull a gun out and rob if it's a crap game. Say if this is gambling and it's underground, okay? All right, and you bring a motherfucker with you somewhere where it's excluded, where it's only a selective few come here because big baller type of niggas is really here. So you don't bring just no anybody. And you bring a motherfucker that you think is a baller or you think is cool and you know him. You bring them there, and just for them to get there and then put everybody down on the ground, including you. Like, niggas is going to be looking at you when this shit is over with, because how the fuck you didn't know that this nigga was a op, that this nigga was a fraud, that this nigga was flip-flop? How the fuck you didn't know that this nigga was a bum-ass nigga, and you bringing this nigga into $1 million crap game to sit us down on the ground to rob us? Like, somebody's head gonna be on the motherfucking swivel. Like, it's like this type of shit going on. Like, I can't make this shit up, but it's all of that unexpected type of shit where you got hard-headed motherfuckers, some dangerous hard-headed motherfuckers around you that will flip and change the game after you put the plan out, after the plan is already set. It's going to be some curveballs, okay, and some, what they like to say, it's going to be some curveballs and some, but what's that banana thing that reverse, and it come reverse? It's going to be some shit that's going to get switched on you midstream in the plan, okay? All right, like all of that type of shit. Okay, you think you and somebody finna go do a hit just for you to be the hit, or just for like meaning that you get laid down. Like, no, we never was doing the hit, or they set it up where some lick or something is going down like a lick, and the lick get raided. Okay, it backfired, and the money that you had on you that you thought you was finna purchase or do whatever business with, it get seized and taken. Okay, all right, and you didn't have it like that to just get it seized and taken. That was careless risk, a lot of risk taking in that, and it brought stagnation, and it brought legal issues and troubles to you now. Okay, something like that. Like the whole family is upside down with the tower. It's over for somebody. And I feel like the things you can't come back from is when you snitch your motherfuckers' business out and get them put in jail, or get them under investigation, or you steal and take shit from them, or you just expose them and tell all their business. Okay, them are the things that a motherfucker can't come back from with the tower and the 10 of cups being there. So something is completely over, and I feel like it got to do with betrayal. I feel like it got to do with backstabbing and just being very deceitful, and a lot of deception and trickery, and being dishonest in each other's energy, especially with friends and all that, and double dealing. So this definitely somebody was playing a friend against the middle, and the friend didn't know he was getting played against the middle, and the friend could have been getting paid against the middle with his own partner, with his friend. You know what I'm saying? Like his girl and his partner could have been playing him period. This is a whole everybody know everybody type of situation or something, whatever the fuck this shit is that's going down in this energy. Like, this was two different spreads from two different readings, and all of it go together. Okay, and all of it matched the shit that I said. And this is just a confirmation for me to let it be known that anybody that fucked around and want to find out and play games in my energy, they all finding out that no, you don't want to play games and that person's fucking energy. You flat out just don't. Okay, all right. And so if you do want to play games and my energy, then there it is. It's gonna come back on you in a very bad way. And whoever invested a lot of time and energy playing games, or whatever plot this was, or whatever this was that they thought they was doing, it all backfired on them by the very people that they was doing the shit with. Okay, is what you got going on here. Okay, so now we know why the fuck this man is sad. Okay, and why he laying around and feeling miserable about this money that he lost. Okay, and it's because he trusted motherfuckers, or trusted people in his energy that he shouldn't have trusted, and they took him from up top. Okay, and brought some type of trouble to his door, and all of that. I feel like this is snitching, telling on people, all of that. Like how the video said, everybody telling on each other, wondering who gonna gonna be the first one to snitch and tell everything. This is motherfuckers saving themselves and throwing everybody else under the bus. Okay, the moon is out here. Nobody is trustworthy. Everybody's in trickery, dishonest energy. Everybody's doing double deals. Okay, that means working with ops and enemies and all kind of shit. Okay, it's a lot of shit going on. Okay, and it's a lot of chaos and a lot of just everything fucked up in people's worlds. Okay, whether this is a couple, or whether this is one situation for a person, whether this is a group situation, whatever this is that a motherfucker was plotting. And it makes me think it's a couple. Okay, all right, a whole group of people, a couple, maybe a couple was linked to the whole group of people. I just feel like it's a group of people for one situation, and it's a couple for another situation. And all of it is some type of way intertwined into each other, where all of this shit could have been going on in one person's energy, and it all backfired on everybody, whether it's a couple, group, or whatever the fuck this is. I just feel, or a family, couple, group, family, whatever dynamic this shit is, as far as a community, okay, supported by a community. This could be a community of people that's getting all of this karma and all this shit going on in their life, okay? And now they fighting with each other and all that old type of shit. Don't know who they can trust within the alliance and all that old type of stuff. It's all kind of delay, separation, and sorrow going on. Tears, unhappiness. People wish they never would have signed on with the devil. Okay. Now they feel shackled. They feel bind to the karma and the drama and all the shit that's going on, no matter how they try to hide. Okay, all of the sneaky shit to Seven of Swords, all of the sneaky shit that they did, they can't hide from the karma and what they tied themselves to. It's being exposed with the moon. It's being seen. Okay, all of that is going on. All right. It's being seen. The tower is out here with the moon. Okay. All right. With the moon. Okay. With the moon. So it is what it is. Okay. I feel like the universe got this shit. Destiny. The universe is doing all of this. Okay. Bringing the balance to the karma drama that people wanted to entertain. Okay. Like all I'm seeing on this Seven of Swords is Three of Swords, that all of this sneaky shit that this person is doing, this person need to take the time to heal. This person need to sit their ass down and stop playing games in other people's energy with the Seven of Swords. You got 4 swords this way and 3 swords downward. Suggests to me that this person is doing all of this shit out of they got a broken heart. This is somebody that need to heal. This is somebody that needs to fucking heal. Need to go sit the fuck down and need to heal. Stop trying to hurt other people because you fucked up. Okay, whatever your quarrels, your problems, your issues is that you got going on within you, I feel like you need to deal with it. Okay, all right. Somebody's just very envious of another person's hope over their wishes, over their plans, over everything working perfectly for them. They just gotta be some type of nuisance or a narcissist in a motherfucker's energy and then be sneaky doing it. Okay, meanwhile, back at the ranch, they mad about wishes and plans and things that working out for you, and they trying to sabotage you with the Seven of Swords. But it only comes back on them, okay, when they get 3 swords, because the sorrow and the disappointment and the strife that they got going on, that they thought they was finna bring delays, tears, and unhappiness, grief to somebody else, they the only ones is enduring this shit. They the only ones enduring this shit, but because they feel this way, they wanted you to mirror this shit back. They wanted you to feel this shit too, because this is how they feel. No, we're not mirroring that shit back. You need to fucking heal. Even on the 10 of Swords, you got 5 swords at the top. You got 4 swords at the bottom, and she got 1 sword in her hand. And the 1 sword in her hand is what I know is there's an empty victory for motherfuckers that won't sit their ass down and just go heal. Okay, 5 swords, 4 swords, and then 1 sword in her hand. There's an empty motherfucking victory for motherfuckers that won't go heal. Okay, all right. There's an empty victory when you trying to hurt somebody and you only end up hurting yourself. That's the clarity that I have for sure. Okay, that you have, that the very ruins and the very pain that you try to bring somebody, the tears and the misfortune, grief, it only affects you. It only affects you because you need to go fucking heal. 4 swords. Okay, the 5 of Swords that you keep getting over and over and over is you making all of these choices from your emotions because you need to go heal. You're not making right actions and making right decisions about how you need to respond to a situation and how you need to roll. Is why you're going to constantly keep having tears, grief, sorrow, misfortune. Why it's going to constantly keep mentally anguishing you and fucking you up. And it's because you're not in the right energy. You're not in the right heart, spirit, with moving and how you doing, and the backfire should always be on you because you're the one that's not moving right in alignment. You're the one that's not moving right in alignment. 7 of Swords and 10 of Swords is 3 swords. You're the one that needs the fucking 3 of Swords energy, the disappointment, the strife. You're the one that's fighting. So you the one should get all the conflict, all the delays, the tears, and the unhappiness. Period, point, dot, dash. Okay? What is below is above. What is in is out. Okay? If you mirror this shit out, this is what you gonna fuck get back. Period. Okay? You trying to backstab, portray somebody with the 2 of Swords, you gonna mirror and get that shit right back. When your own household, your own family, or your own colleagues, or your group, or community, or whatever the fuck this supposed to be, where people supposed to have each other back, you're gonna get the opposite of that with the friends backstabbing, betraying you, telling all your secrets, everybody gossiping, exposing all your business in the street. And now you want to duck and hide and be embarrassed because you and ratted out and told too much of your own shit to the wrong people. Like everybody's telling your business and gossiping about you. Okay, is what you need to understand. Masculine and the motherfucking upside down karmics, whoever it applied. There's a lot of Gemini and Libra energy out here, and if you these signs doing all this crazy shit, you supposed to get two-faced people doing backstabbing shit to you. If you a Libra doing this, you supposed to get the scales balanced against you, and you supposed to get the karma that you dish out mirrored right back in rapid speed fast. You know what I'm saying? The very sword you trying to run and stick a motherfucker with, you supposed to get two other motherfucking swords stuck right to you. Like, I can't make this shit up. I just feel like if you want to be in this conniving ass energy, okay, and be plotting and all this shit and trying to cause losses to friends, okay, and trying to cause them to be unhappy and trying to cause squirrels and unhappiness in their family, then you should get the very thing that you dishing out. Okay, if you want to be enraged and be in all this combat strife ass energy, then you should get the very thing that you dish out, since everybody's mirroring what they get. Okay, in great measures you gonna get it. Like, that's all what it is. The illusions is you thought all this bad influence and this bad habit and all this shit you was doing that was so dishonest, you thought it was being hid. But no, it's not being hid. It's being seen. It's being judged, and everybody see it. Okay? Somebody thought that they can take advantage of somebody's kindness, okay? Or they looked at their kindness as some type of weakness, or somebody just took advantage of somebody with the trickery and the lies and the shit that they did in their energy, okay? All right, with playing them against the middle, playing them against their op, okay? That's like somebody hanging around you and taking all of your information and all your plans and everything that you're doing to the enemy and telling the enemy all what you're doing. And every time you do something and make a move, shit backfire and fail and don't go well, and it's because you got somebody in your energy portraying you, going back telling the attorney general everything that's going on, telling the prosecutor everything that you're doing, telling the lawyer everything that you're doing. Like, it's just telling your ex-wife everything that you're doing. It's like you got an op over in your energy that's working with your op, okay, and they telling them all of your business and you're not knowing this, okay, and it's giving people the leverage up on you. They having to be in the ability to have one up on you. Okay? All right? Somebody is intentionally doing you like this. Okay? Acting like they for you, they with you, and they not. Okay? Somebody need not to trust nobody around them. Don't tell nobody nothing, because you definitely got somebody that you seriously trust and know they cannot be trusted. Okay? You seriously trust this person. They cannot be trusted. I'm going to leave the shit here, okay? Because I just feel like somebody way in over their head. Somebody make dumbass decisions after dumbass decisions after dumbass decisions. Okay? They throw good money on top of bad money. Like, they just take L's after L's, and it's because they not grounding themselves and sitting still and seeking counsel from spirit. They letting all these trickster ass, lying ass, conniving ass, evil ass energies that's around them. These is people that envy, jealous, and got all kind of malice in their heart. They letting these people dictate shit to them, tell them shit, and just mislead them in all kind of ways. It's just one thing after another. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, just like the Michael Blackton. Okay, how the girl just be telling him do this, do that, just for it to blow up in his face, and he be wondering why the fuck it go left, and it's because it intentionally went left because she wanted it to go left. That was the whole plan for it to go left. Okay? All right? You're not seeing that this person is only out for themselves. So they don't give a fuck what towers blow up around you when they trying to benefit and get what they want for themselves. It's a selfish type of thing going on. Whatever energy this is. Somebody, if it's just somebody that want to see you happy. Okay? This is somebody that, I don't know, just you got somebody around you that just pretend that they like you. This is like Selena, and anything for Selena. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, they stealing and robbing from you and doing all kind of shit in your energy. The minute you find out, they trying to stab you. Okay, and get away with the shit. Like, this is somebody that's been stealing from somebody for a very long time, but they trusted them and thought that they was for them, and they never was for them. They envied them every bit of the way. They thought they was a piece of shit, or the person just was a piece of shit. But this person never liked it you. They only liked it what they can get from you. Okay, this person couldn't stand you. Okay, all right, but they had access to everything around you, type of shit, resources and all. Okay, they spent your money and took shit from you out of spite. Okay, all right. I got a whole situation where somebody literally tried try to do similarly shit like this in my energy. This is how I know people can be real evil. And it don't matter who the fuck they is, okay? You got somebody that's saying they gonna plan a trip with you. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. They gonna pay for everything. So they want you to just lay back, parlay, lay back. You ain't gotta hustle so hard and try to get the money because I got it. I'm gonna take care of everything just for it to try to go down the day of it back. Just for it to try to backfire on you where you feel something up and you know that not to trust the Seven of Swords type of energy. You're not putting your fate, your vacation in another motherfucker's hand to trust that they gonna pay for everything or take care of the hotel fees and bills and shit like that. So you keep hustling and grinding and stacking your money because you already know how the shit gonna end, and it end exactly like how you feel, how you knew it to be. They do some old fucked up shit or they do some spiteful shit intentionally to fall out with you where they not going now, and they think that they sabotage the trip where they gave you a tower, but really they put the tower on themselves because you still go on the trip and the trip still go as planned and everything still goes as smoothly as so. But had you would have believed the fuck shit that this person was saying, then the shit would have backfired badly and it would have been pie on your face because you sitting up there listening to a motherfucker that never had your attentions from the beginning because they was spiteful as fuck, vindictive, and had animosity in their heart about other shit that you was the moon card unaware of. So this was the trickery type of shit they was doing in your energy, trying to convince you that they was all for it, all with it. Meanwhile, back at their ranch, no, they act like they had the ball in their hand, all just to wait to the last minute to drop the ball to see what'll happen. This would be like you trusting motherfuckers to do your arrangements for a wedding, for a wedding, for a reception, and you think the cake, the dress, and everything is in play because you think your best friend is taking care of all of this shit just for it to come down to that day. The money, everything that you was giving this bitch, everything that you thought they was doing, they never took care, they never did none of it. So when the day of the wedding come, you don't got no vineyard, your dress ain't there, the cake ain't there. Like they sabotaged the whole thing, all because they never liked you. They was envious and jealous of you from the very motherfucking beginning. They didn't want to see this shit come together for you. They just pretended that they was with you on this. Okay, just for you to take a L with the Knight of Pentacle, just for you to take a L with your money, wasting your money and stuff with the arrangements, with sending out invitations to over 200 people for everybody to come in to no wedding, no reception, no nothing going on because the people that you had planning this shit and you thought was for you was totally against it. Totally against you, lied, said they took care of all the shit when they didn't. Okay, and their whole plan was to bring the Three of Swords to you the whole time. Okay, all right. It would be like that type of shit going on in somebody's energy. Something like this is going down, went down, or may happen, and you need to know that. Don't trust your dreams, your plans, or serious shit. If you got events lined up for some type of, I want to say like, community shit lined up, say you're gonna do a festival or something supposed to go down, some kind of charity or whatever this is, don't trust motherfuckers that you got around you to help you with this because they want you to look bad publicly in front of everybody. They want it to all blow up in your face and for it to just not go right for you. Okay, and that's something that you may not know. Okay, it would be like that type of shit. Okay, Every plan that you make, they undermining it and lying and saying that it's taken care of when it ain't. Okay, so you think a certain date is locked down for a vineyard that's very maybe popular, and you thinking you locked it down 3 months, 4 months, 5 months in advance, and it never was locked down. The money that you gave a motherfucker to go take over to the vineyard, they spent and kept that money. They did some other shit with that money. They showed you and gave you a fake ass receipt or some type of shit. They did some old cunning, sneaky shit where you just didn't check behind it. You thought it was all Gucci and good. So you start going forward with other plans, doing other shit, like maybe paying for catering, food, all that, just for it not to have no place for it to be dropped off at. It's like that type of shit going on. Okay? All right. So whatever event this is, something that's important or whatever, whatnot, make sure that you double check, double I's, double dot T's. of every event, everything that's supposed to be lined up and taken care of, and make sure that it actually is taken care of. Don't trust the opinions and the words of assistants, and I don't know, personal assistants, and just people that's supposed to be helping, because they could be trying to sabotage you and make you look bad. Okay? Trying to bring a 3 of Swords to you because they got some kind of animosity and jealousy or enviness in their heart. They want to see you take L's. They want to see you take losses. Okay? They want to see you take downfalls. This is somebody that want to see all this shit go down in somebody's energy. And it could be the very person that you sleeping and laying with and thinking that's on your side, and they not. Okay? All right. Whatever, all of this downfalls. And the downfall is in more than one card. So it definitely was a whole group, person, something going on where people broke their necks to do this to someone. But this very person that it got done to was breaking their neck with them same people trying to do this shit to somebody else. It just backfired on them because they shouldn't have been playing in whoever's energy that they was playing in. It's like that type of shit going on. Something like that going on. Okay? You think you going on a cruise, a trip, just to get there to the boarding, to find out that the trip and everything was never paid for, and you don't got no ticket to get on, but you the one that paid for the trip, and you ain't even got a ticket to get on board. Like, it's all kind of funny shit going on where don't trust people with your money and trust that they doing what you sending them out to do when it's pertaining to your plans and your business and your strategies, and whoever the fuck you telling your business to. They intentionally trying to make sure that this shit fail for you. Whoever it applies. Like, share, thumb up the video. I'm going to leave it here. I am your sacred, magical, high chief priestess of the Most High God. I come to give it to you really raw. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm going to put some of these fortune cards on it because I just looked at them and I'm like, let me grab them. Let's see what else come out on this. You got the triple moon when you embracing all the aspects of your divinity on this earthly realm. You got the tickle 5 out here where you manifesting all kind of money. You got manifestations where a bountiful time awaits you with your wishes manifesting right before your eyes. Okay? For whoever it applies. Yeah, you got the power symbol here. You got luck, serendipity, events around you. So beautiful happiness and unexpected beautiful changes and that type of stuff, like happy occasions, things that come out of the blue, but it brings you happiness. Splendidity type of shit. There's happiness all around you. Love life too. You got affairs of the heart that could cause problems in the future. Take heart, as different situations will be resolved by good decisions that you make. Just make sure you don't get involved with motherfuckers that's already involved with people. The sunshine is here. The sun is shining on you. Your career, your business and growth. Fabulous communications and relationships come in. So that's beautiful connections. You got traveling going on, long distance communication, okay, and career advances. If you single, it's people looking at you. You could be decluttering a lot of shit. You can also be disconnected from people that no longer serve you, okay. Someone will try to hurt you with their words, and this is somebody you cut off. Don't pay it no mind. It's all jealous talk coming from them, jealousy coming from them, because you're decluttering and you're just doing well. You're taking very good care of yourself, of your health and all that, because it said guard against deception and careful making foolish mistakes at this time. And I feel like this is care required. I feel like you taking the care required to keep jealous people out of your business, people that will try to bring the 3 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Swords type of energy to you. Okay? You feeding them with a long handle spoon and you handling them accordingly because you know how childish they is. Yeah. You making sure that you're not in this burnout energy. Make sure people ain't draining you. Make sure you eating healthy. Okay? Make sure that you balancing your work. Make sure that you keeping doctor appointments and stuff like that. So don't burn your energy out and don't let people drain your energy. You got heavenly assistance all around you with angels and guides to bring you all of this happiness, okay, with the manifesting of money and income that comes in with 555 with Tinkle 5, and then you got all these happy occasions, beautiful things that come out of nowhere. You know, it's out of your control with the splendidity. It surprises things that you're unaware of. The moon is helping these energies, but you're grounded as well. You got a love life that could be good. You got the sun out here, which is golden energy that's around you. It brings fame and fortune. You're in some goddess fucking energy, healing female, feminine energy. You got a lot of protection around you, strong protection. You got strong magic protection around you. Your family and home is protected, and you definitely protected from people doing magic. You got commitment on the table where you committed. It indicates love and business. There's commitments going on with love and business. Okay, it's gonna make you feel better. Your future is very bright. You may host somebody and travel with them overseas, or just travel with somebody. Okay, you overcoming all your challenges. You taking time out, okay, to handle any problems and conflicts. You definitely got a wisdom to know to take the time out to ground yourself, okay, to interact outdoors in nature and all that kind of stuff. Okay, this will be good for your soul. It brings a lot of healing energy. You able to overcome all your challenges, okay, take them head on, okay, all right, and handle things accordingly with wisdom without making matters worse. Okay, so you move accordingly with your challenges, and basically just let spirit, you let the nature of things take its course. Okay, and this is how you overcome your challenges, by having patience and just having faith in God and protecting and using wisdom at all times. You got powerful manifestations of wishes, your goals. You're harnessing the universal energy, so you stand in alignment, you stand in the will of God, and you standing under His laws, spiritual laws, and wisdom with what you're following and what you're doing. Okay, all right, and you're not getting outside your lane, and you're definitely in some God energy. Whoever this may resonate with, you got a lot of beautiful changes going on around you with manifestations, with love, business, friend, traveling. Some people got fame and fortune on this table. Okay, your love life is very beautiful and good. You got the beautiful moon energies where you got the triple moon. You working real good with the moon energy. So I just feel like you in a line with this receptive energy where you just receiving. You in some very relaxing, receiving type of energy, the type of energy you need to be in, so that these things can wield to you accordingly to God's laws and in the way that they need to wield to you. Okay, and you taking caution to declutter people that you know that is reckless as fuck, that is careless as fuck, that don't need to be in your energy. Okay, that will replenish your like strip you of your energy and all that type of stuff. You keeping them the fuck away. You're not telling them no secrets, because you know them the ones that spiteful as fuck. They miserable, and they want to get in your energy and do backstabbing shit, one up and shit. Okay, they want to do sneaky shit. So you knowing who to tell shit to and who not to. Okay, and that helps you to overcome challenges too. Okay, because you move accordingly. Nature tells me that you use a lot of discerning with how you move around challenges and challenge people. Okay, all right. And the sun suggests to me that you got a lot of attention and eyes on you and a lot of beautiful energy around you. Okay, and you can't do nothing but have beautiful occasions, beautiful events, beautiful time, beautiful experience, beautiful everything happen with the sun and all this felicity, and all of this beautiful energy around you that just bring nothing but good shit to your future. Okay, all right. You're manifesting some extra income. Something is manifesting for you. This says manifesting money and income. Tinkle 5. Okay. All right. So you got changes around money. Okay. And it can be linked with connections, people, or just decisions that you made that brings about these beautiful changes. Manifestation is on the board more than one time. Okay. With commitment as well. Your future is bright. And you got a lot of protection around you from magic, and you got protective magic around you. So all is well for you, your family, and your home. So if anybody trying to send all of this fuck shit to you, it's just going to backfire onto them like it has. Okay? Like it has. No one can stop the goodness, the greatness, or, just the goodness that God wants to put on you. No one can stop that shit just because they envious and jealous. Go get a fucking clue is what the fuck I'll tell people. One love, one love, one love. We're going to wrap it up here. I'm out.